You used to call me on my chud phone. Late at night when you need my love. You used to call me on my Galaxy Z Fold 8. Have you guys seen the new Galaxy Z Fold 8? That's like literally like the definition. Like it's like a chud phone. It's because it's like, you know how all phones are like 16:9 now? Or whatever? This one is like 4:3. It looks so chunky. Anyway, let's say hello. Hello, Melly. Welcome in. Citrus, welcome in. You're at this closing ceremony of Offkai. Well, thank you for stopping by and saying hello. Thank you. Doc, hello. Welcome in. Mega Super CEO, welcome in. Aloha Gator, welcome in. Moose, welcome in. Hello, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in. Are you being sponsored? No. I'd like to be sponsored. I'm in desperate need of a new phone. Hopefully if I get approved for a credit card next month, I'll be able to buy a new one. But no, Samsung is unfortunately not sponsoring me. Something out of 2004. Yeah, it's so chunky. Let's see. Did I say hello to D1? I don't think I did. Hello, D1. Welcome in, welcome in. I thought the chuds are over. The Odyssey is out. Yeah, I wanted to do a chill stream today. Because I'm like... I decided to force myself to stream. Because, you know, I keep telling you guys, I've been so fucking tired every single day because of, like, the heat. Yeah, I woke up this morning and I was like... I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. But I was like, well, you know, I have to take the garbage out, so I'm just gonna force myself to do it anyway. And now I feel okay. I feel okay. Seal phone. You used to call me on my seal phone. Vitamin B12. I don't necessarily know if it's like the vitamin. I think it's just the heat. I mean, well, maybe the vitamin helps with the heat, like, because it's just so hot and humid every day. And it's like, even though I'm in my air-conditioned, you know, room all night, like, I still somehow my body knows that it's hot outside. And it's just like, sucks all my freaking energy out of the way. The heat can affect... Oh, you're just being silly. Of course, of course, of course. As per usual, as per usual. What else is new? Let me get switched over here. There we go. And let me get the game set up. Where's the game? Oh, here it is. Game. When will you learn? Probably never, if I'm being honest. Probably never. Mwah! Ah. But yeah, I was like, do I want to play Silent Hill F? And I was like, no, I don't really have like the mental energy to think about parrying. Do I want to play Deltarune? I don't really have the vocal stamina to like read things out loud. Powerwash. Powerwash. Those have poozles. Yeah, they have poozles. Poozles! They have poozles! I can't do a poozle right now. I'm gonna die if I do a poozle. Yeah, but I figured it'd be cool to just power wash and yap. Where was I? Oh yeah, that's right. There's a Star Wars DLC for Power Wash Simulator. Which I'm not going to buy because, as you all know, I hate Disney with every fiber of my being, and unless they're letting me power wash General Grievous, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Oh, but they do have some new stuff. Okay, where were we? New jobs, Adventure Time. Oh, we're still doing this thing? I thought I finished this. 96%, okay. Powerwash the Grongus Donuts. Yeah, Powerwash Grongu collab. It's Grongu. Jason! Hi, welcome in. Powerwash and Grongu. I will say I was feeling a little like FOMO about like Offkai and stuff. But I went to see the Chiikawa movie on opening day. Is it morning in Japan? Yes, it is. It is 9:40 a.m. I went to see the Chiikawa movie on opening day. Not in IMAX, not in IMAX. My town does not have an IMAX, unfortunately. I don't even know where the nearest IMAX is. But just the regular screen. Was it goated? It was goated. It was so goated. The theater was fucking packed. I took my friend who like doesn't really know anything about Chiikawa other than like I'm obsessed. It was kind of fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. It was like I heard that the movie was going to be adapted from the supposedly the darkest arc of the Chiikawa manga thus far. And it was kind of it was kind of fucked up. It was kind of fucked up. Like I remember I saw these tweets from like these parents in Japan who like took their kids to see it. And they like it was like they like made the tweets after they saw the movie and they were all like, "What the fuck?" They're like, "What the fuck? This is Chiikawa? What the fuck?" It was fantastic. It was great. It was great. Honestly, I'm gonna see if I can find someone to like go see it with me a second time. But yeah, I was fucking I love Kurimanju. The end of Chiikawa Gellion. Yeah, exactly. Kurimanju sat his he did fuck all for the like 99% of the movie. Like he helped them at the very end, but it's like as soon as he got to the island, he sat on his ass, he ate, he drank, he slept, and he just fucking chilled. He just fucking chilled. While everyone else was like running around and fighting for their life and being like terrorized and shit. He's just fucking chilling. He's just like, he's like, no, I'm on my vacation. This is my vacation. I'm not letting any of you guys ruin it for me. Like, I'm here to fucking chill. If you guys wanna, where's my spray bottle? Hold on. I forgot how to play this game. I haven't played it in so long. Oh, here it is. Did it end with Kurimanju will return in Avengers Doomsday? No. But yeah, he did like fuck all. It was great. It was great. It was like exactly what I expected. He's like, I'm on my fucking vacation. Like, this is my vacation. I'm not... If you idiots want to like fuck around and just like do whatever, fine, leave me out of it. I'm like debating like whether I want to talk about the plot of the movie or not, because like it's probably not going to come out in the US anytime soon. And it probably won't be available on like any kind of pirate site anytime soon either. More than likely. By anytime soon, I mean within the next like couple months. Like, probably gonna have to wait at least like maybe 3 or 4 months until like someone, you know, they put it on a streaming service and then someone rips it and then puts subtitles on it. But it was fairly easy to understand, even with like me and my friends' very limited Japanese. Give a basic review. Okay, so Chiikawa and his friends, they get invited to go to like an island adventure kind of thing. Like, oh, hey, like we all got this flyer for this like, you know, like a cruise to go to this like island, and it's like gonna be fun and stuff. So they all get on this cute little boat and they go to the island. I don't know what I'm doing. And so, you know, they get to the island, private island. And no, it's like a tropical island. And it's like all the villagers are there and they welcome them and there's like food and, you know, like it's like a tropical island paradise, right? And then like they kind of end up stumbling upon a like it's called a siren, but it's more kind of like a mermaid fish monster sort of thing. Like it's basically like a monster. They kind of accidentally stumble upon it. And then they find out that like the monster has sort of been terrorizing the villagers for a long time. But the monster like tells them like, oh, like one of the villagers killed and ate like my baby. Like it had 3 babies and now it has 2 because one of the villagers killed and ate its baby. This is sounding like Christopher Nolan's The Chi Odyssey. Honestly, maybe. I don't even remember what the fuck happens in the Odyssey. But it's like it basically just said like, yeah, I just want the person who, you know, killed and ate my baby. Because the person who like killing and eating the siren's babies will apparently give the person who did it eternal life. So it was like, yeah, the person who like did it wanted like eternal life. So I literally just want like, it said like, oh yeah, the reason why I've been like terrifying, you know, the villagers is because I just want the culprit, the person who, you know, killed and ate my baby, and I am going to lock them in a cage and keep them in the dark for all eternity. You know, I'm just gonna keep them. I'm just gonna keep them in my dark torture dungeon forever as revenge. Rubs suspiciously siren baby shaped skull as when we're all looking for the guy who did it. That's kind of what happened. Tofu, welcome in, welcome. And so like, you know, Chikawa and like Hachiwade and like Usagi, they're like, oh, okay. Like, well, all right, we can help you. Like, now that we know that, you know, the reason why the siren is terrifying the villagers, we can all, you know, work together to find a resolution to this conflict. You know, because Hachiwade is very optimistic. Hachiwade is like, oh yeah, we'll help you. Sure, why not? And so, you know, they get back to the village and the villagers are kind of all like, oh yeah, you know, the siren has been terrorizing us for a really long time and we're hoping that like, you know, you guys will defeat it for us. Right? Because they're the villagers don't know that. They're just upset that the siren keeps like basically kidnapping villagers and killing them, right? So, you know, it becomes a whole thing where, like, the siren, like, goes and attacks the villagers and Chikawa and Chikawa's friends. And, you know, they're trying to, like, find a resolution to this conflict while the siren is, like, attacking everyone and whatever and whatnot. You got Rocco! Oh my god, you got Rocco on the Chikawa quiz. That's awesome. Rocco is so based. Also, Extra Fuzzy, thank you so much for your 16 months. Rocco had a really huge role in the Chikawa movie, which is fucking awesome because Rocco is, I would say, one of the, like, he's kind of like one of the less popular Chikawa characters. Like, he's definitely, like, you know, he's not the most popular. Like, he's definitely doesn't have a whole lot of, like, things happening, but he played, like, a huge role in the Chikawa movie, and that was so awesome. He's a very underappreciated character. He's so cool. I love Rocco. I have a... How am I supposed to... Oh, okay, hold on. There we go. So he got a lot of screen time in the Chikawa movie, which was great. He got more screen time than Momonga, which I was surprised about because Momonga is like a more popular character. I too prefer not to be kidnapped and killed. But yeah, basically they're like going around and they're trying to find like a resolution to the conflict. And then, like, inside one of the villager bungalows, they find a bookshelf, and the bookshelf basically has, like, a, Oh, this is the wrong one. Hold on. No. This is the right one, yeah. It's, like, basically a book that has a recipe for, like, how to cook the siren babies. And it's like, oh yeah, if you cook and eat the siren babies, you'll get eternal life, right? And they're like, oh, okay, so one of the villagers did actually do it. But the conflict more or less, like, gets resolved, I suppose. I'm not gonna give, like, I don't know. I kind of want to talk about it, but I also don't want to give spoilers. In kind of like a funny way. But yeah, basically Chikawa eventually learns, like, which of the villagers did it, but he realizes that they kind of had, like, a... Like, the reason that they did it was, like, not relatable. Like, he was empathetic to the reason that they did it, because it was more like... It was less of a greed thing, and it was a more, like, wanting to help someone kind of thing. So he decided to, like, keep their secret. And it was like, oh, Chikawa has to live with this guilt forever, that he knows their secret, and he, like, knows the reason that, you know, why this is all happening, but he doesn't want to tell anyone, right? You got Kurimanju? Oh my god, that's awesome, Tohu. I love Kurimanju. Kurimanju's my favorite Chikawa character. I love Kurimanju so much. That's so awesome. I'm so happy for you. I love Kurimanju. Yeah, if you got Momonga, I would ban you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but Momonga was, like, pissing me the fuck off the entire movie. One of the options was apparently the pervert. The pervert? Who the hell is the pervert in Chikawa? I don't know who that is. That way she can't keep retaking it until she gets who he wants. I'll have you know, I did take the Chikawa quiz, and I did get Kurimanju on my first try, so yeah. The movie exclusive villain. Oh, the answers to one of them. Huh. Okay, what exactly is dirty? Oh, up there. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. Wait, can I hook this on here? No, I can't. Okay. Can I move this? Yes. There we go. They did have the Chikawa popcorn bucket. They did have it. I decided not to buy it, though, because, like, I'll be honest with you, I don't really have room. I don't really have room for one. Also, I already got, like, a Kurimanju, I got a Kurimanju keychain when I was at the theater. So, I'm pretty satisfied with my spoils, I suppose. They were also giving away these little, like, charms of the characters at the theater. And apparently people are selling them for a lot on Mercari, which you're technically not allowed to do. And people are upset about that. I did not get Kurimanju, but I got Rocco, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. The movie exclusive form for Kamen Rider Ghost was Charles Darwin? Please elaborate. What do you mean by this? What? Can you elaborate, please? Hold on. Oh, this thing. What? Charles Darwin? You're gonna have to explain yourself, Doc. Like, he turns into Charles Darwin? His gimmick is that he uses the spirits of legendary heroes. He summons the ghost of Charles Darwin? What the hell is Charles Darwin gonna do? what Billy the Kid? Okay, Billy the Kid, sure. But like, what is Charles Darwin gonna do? There sure are a lot of proper nouns in this conversation. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna be like, oh, monkeys? He didn't do anything, he just had a cool looking form and punch thing? Yeah, is he gonna have like evolution powers? That's great, I love that. Do 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 do. Also, I've been watching the new Ghost in the Shell. There's 3 episodes out right now, and I have very conflicting feelings about it. I'm still trying to, like, I suppose, digest the way that I feel about it. Because so far, my feeling watching it has been fairly negative. And I'm trying to figure out if those negative feelings are, like, are valid? Or if it's just, like, I don't like new thing because new thing different from old thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, is the way I feel actually, like, rooted in, like, is the way I feel, like, actually real, or is it just, like, I don't like new thing bad because I like old thing more than new thing, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out right now. Because, like, it just, like, I watch it and I'm like, this looks like someone, like, you know, maybe you guys don't know, but, like, that era of, like, Tumblr when everyone was obsessed with, like, vaporwave and, like, you know, like, everyone's like, oh, my vaporwave blog, I'm listening to vaporwave, ooh, 80s, I have my gifs of Blade Runner, and, you know, that kind of, like, can you, okay, like, it gives me, like, that kind of, okay, I give up, vibe, and I don't really, where would you, place? Huh? Hello? Oh, can I not use this? How the okay, well, fuck me, I guess. How the fuck am I supposed, okay, there we go. Cause, like, I love Standalone Complex. I really love Standalone Complex. I do think that's probably one of my favorites. And this is perhaps gonna sound a bit strange. Like, when I watch, like, the new one, it kind of feels like it's too much like, oh, look at the animation. Look at the animation. Oh my god, guys, isn't the animation so good? Oh my god, look at this animation. Look at how good the animation is. Look at how good the animation is, guys. Look at how good the animation is. And it's like, do you have anything else? Like, okay, yeah, the animation is good, but, like, that can't be it. Right? You gotta have at least something else going on here. And there are definitely moments where they do, like, you know, kind of lean into the more philosophical elements of things. But it's like, I don't know. It's sometimes it feels like, okay, this looks like a fan project that was made by someone, like, not necessarily like that it's bad, but it's like, oh, this looks like a, like, I'm sorry, I'm having such a difficult time trying to, like, articulate how I feel about this. I'm gonna hold on. My protein shake is in the fridge. I'm gonna go grab it really fast. All right, Seal, I'm gonna put you over here for now. If they're trying to make the manga, they better keep those scenes where she's sleeping with the gay lesbian robots. Oh, she's sleeping with the gay lesbian robots. She's sleeping with them. You're saying that the anime is more surface level? It does feel more surface level to me. It does. It really does. Because like I've been looking at a lot of like trailers for like different shows that are coming out recently. And it's like so many of them, it really does feel like all they have going for them is like, wow, cool animation. And it's like it's like, you know, that's cool, but it's like if you want to have a show, you need to have more going on besides like cool animation. Yeah, why now? I do feel like it's a little too late, honestly. I feel like if they had tried to do the reboot, like maybe like if they did what they're doing right now, maybe like 10 years ago, I think like I would have really like gone hog wild for it, since I was really more into that kind of like colorful 80s like cyber aesthetic, right? But yeah, also it has modern anime pacing. It has modern anime pacing for a lot of the like kind of big action scenes. It's paced very like it has modern anime pacing in a lot of places. There are definitely more like quiet scenes or it's just like some characters kind of talking. But those scenes are very like it's like they're still jangling keys in your face, you know? They're still jangling the keys in your face, you know? Like, oh, look, we got to put something on the screen. We're jangling the keys. We're jangling the keys. There's definitely a lot of key jangling in it, where I've noticed. Like, a lot of people criticize, like, older animes for basically just being like, oh, this is just a 5-minute scene of two static characters, like, standing there and talking. And it's like, yeah, okay, sure. And it's like, but it's like, is what they're saying interesting? Like, is what, like, it's such, like, iPad baby. I really do feel like modern anime is really being made for like people with iPad baby brains, you know? And it's really kind of like, I don't know, it's annoying. Yeah, like I know the episode you're talking about, Doc, where they're just like literally just talking in a chat room. Like you don't really see stuff like that anymore because it's like, oh, everyone has iPad baby brain. They have to make it fast-paced and visually like has to, you know, gotta, hey, look at the screen, look at the screen, look at the screen, look at the screen. I'm gonna, fuck, I don't have my keys with me. Ooh, I'm jingling, pay attention. And it's like, I hate that so much. I really do. I can't believe you actually got my attention there. Yeah. And it's just like, it's so overstimulating. Like, I was watching the latest episode, and I was kind of feeling like, oh my god, there is so much happening right now. There's so much happening on the screen. Like, this is, like, borderline, like, I'm feeling it's a little too much for me, right? Whereas, like, I feel like the standalone complex kind of paced the slower scenes with the action scenes a little better. And also just like, it's so, I think I figured out the word that I'm looking for, cluttered. So many of the scenes in the new Ghost in the Shell are so cluttered visually that it's like, not even in a particularly good way, because like Dorohedoro, I would say, is also a show where the scenes are very cluttered, but they're cluttered in a very like more interesting way, I feel. And also it's very clear which characters are in the foreground and the background in Dorohedoro. But like, also because like the color palette of Dorohedoro is much more muted, the like it's not as overstimulating, right? Whereas like the new Ghost in the Shell, everything is just so bright and colorful. It's like fucking Coco Melon. Oh my god, that's what it is. It's like, it's too cluttered, it's too bright, it's too colorful, it's too Coco Melon. Like, I know Yansha was like memeing on someone for saying like they don't like the new Ghost in the Shell because the animation was too fluid, and she was basically like, oh no, like my steak is too buttery. Like, oh woe is me, my steak is too buttery. But it's like, honestly, like you can have too much of a good thing, right? Kamen Rider Zero One was basically cyberpunk for kids, and a lot of the writing went over heads for adults because they wanted their Marvel action slop. Like, I was reminded of an anime that I watched a long time ago that was based off of a manga. It was called, the Flowers of Evil. Maybe some of you guys have heard of it. It got an anime adaptation, and everyone absolutely hated the anime adaptation because it was entirely rotoscoped. Like, all of the scenes were basically rotoscoped from live actors. So the art style was less like, it was less like stylistic and more like realistic. And a lot of people really hated it because of how like ugly the characters looked. But I honestly thought that was a like really genius choice. Like, it was a genius and a purposeful choice for them to do that. And it actually added to what the story is about. Daz, welcome in, welcome in. Because like Flowers of Evil is like about, you know, really shitty people being, you know, being shitty. Shitty people being shitty and doing shitty things, right? And how just like awful and terrible like people are. And making the characters like super ugly looking, I feel like really emphasized the message of the show, because it's like, yes, the characters are, you know, they look ugly, but it's reflecting, you know, the inside. You know, humans are ugly creatures. And the show is not afraid to show that in a very like striking visual way. It looks very like uncanny valley, and it looks very weird and ugly at times, but that's the point. That's the point, right? Like, it is an ugly looking show because the story is ugly. It's about ugly people. You know, like with it like like ugly inside within their hearts. Not me, I'm beautiful. And you know, I thought that was like really, I'm surprised that more people didn't like pick up on that, because they were just like, ooh, it's such an ugly anime. It's like, I feel like that's kind of the point. Like, if the characters were all like, you know, typically cute, or they looked the way that they did in the manga, I don't really think it would have nearly the same like the same impact that it did. Like, you're supposed to be disgusted by the characters. You're supposed to like look at them and, you know, see them and their actions as revolting. Like, that's the point. Uh, one of the main antagonists of 01 was straight up Microsoft. Microsoft Tay. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Microsoft Tay. Was she like the proto Cortana? Like I don't even remember. Alright, let's clean the stupid fucking letters. Sign rear. Oh. Ooh. She was the Twitter chatbot. Was she the one that like started like that got like Hitlerified? I don't know how else to describe what happened. I think that's the one. Yeah, okay, okay. Second floor rear vent. Okay, that's a rear vent. Yeah, she got extremely racist. Is this it? This is the second floor. Oh, I guess technically that's not the rear. Okay. Oh, it's this one. Okay. Nope. Okay, there we go. Whee! There we go. Good lord. Hello, I've got a dirty gator that needs a deep clean. What do you mean by this? What do you need? What do you mean you got a dirty gator that needs a deep clean? All right, I'll get the hose. I'll get the hose. You heard him, Aloha Gator. Put the lotion on. You gotta put the lotion on or you're gonna get the hose again. Alex getting the hose. My alligator ride turned 18, so we threw her a party and opened up the ride for free. Yeah, happy 18th birthday, Gator. What do you want for your 18th birthday? Yeah, you're now allowed to watch the Alex Azarashi stream. Yay! Where is the gator, though? Where is the gator? That's not a gator. That's like a fucking... Is this a gator? This is like a dinosaur. Oh, okay. Oh, here it is. Okay, yeah, that's a gator. He can finally watch the peak that is standalone complex. Oh, he's so cute. Look at this guy. He's a little cute little critter. Oh, speaking of little critters, I found a gecko on my door last night. I got home, and like I'm walking up the stairs to my apartment, and I see something like crawling on the wall in the dark. And you know, my first thought is like, oh my god, is that like a giant fucking spider? Is that a giant enemy spider? So I like, you know, I get out my flashlight on my phone, and I'm slowly turning the corner, and I'm like prepared for the worst, right? I'm like, oh my god, like this is gonna be a thing. And like you know, I look around and there's a cute little gecko on my door. A cute little gecko hanging out of my door. And I'm like, oh hey. Oh, I'm so glad it's just you. What's up, little guy? It seemed like he wanted to go inside, but like unfortunately I don't quite have room for a gecko in my house right now. So I was like trying to figure out how to get him off my door. And then he like, whoa! Oh my god, that scared the shit out. I accidentally pressed Q, which shows all the dirt. Oh my god. That scared me. And then he he hid behind the what's it called? Fuck. The hinge of the door. And so I'm like, okay, great. Like, I can't open the door now because if I open the door, you're gonna get crushed in the hinge. So what the fuck am I gonna do? I was able to get him, like, off the door. But I was like, dude, it's really hot. I just want to go inside. Can you please just, like, let me go inside? Now we can green screen you in front of embarrassing stuff. Yay! Actually, I'm gonna shrink this a little bit. Oh wait, where's my, oh wait. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, let's use this stuff. Yeah, I must say I'm not really a fan of having to take 2 to 3 showers a day. Not loving that. Like, I went out to dinner last night, and I was just, and it's like I took a shower like that afternoon. Because I was like, okay, well, I gotta wash my hair and I gotta, you know, do my woman things, right? And then I'm just like, okay, well, it's just like down the street. I'm just going down the street. It's not gonna be that bad. Oh boy, I was sweating. And I was like, oh my god, this is fucking awful. And so, like, I've been asking people, like, I keep asking, like, I ask, like, Japanese people, like, okay, so what can I do to, like, get used to the heat? Like, what do I do to get my body used to the heat? At what point do I adjust to it? And they're all like, haha, that's funny. You think you're gonna adjust to the heat. You think you're gonna get used to it. That's really funny. That's the fun part. You don't. So I'm like, okay, cool, the pain is forever and endless. It's better than the alternative. There's a bit none of us were allowed to shower for a week because we didn't have enough water when I was in the army. Oh my god, I don't even want to imagine the smell. Apply the burn ointment in your survival viewer. Yeah, like, I've started, like, going out in, like, I got a parasol for the sun. I wear those, like, arm covers now. And it's like, I always thought the arm covers were, like, dorky and stupid. Like, oh, why don't you just put sunscreen on your arms? But, like, listen. Do you really enjoy slathering your arms in, like, greasy liquid every day? I don't think anyone does. It's like you slather your arms in sunscreen and then they feel all, like, greasy and sticky all day long. The arm covers are so much, like, are so much easier. And it's like you can just take them off. So I have converted to the arm covers. 130 degrees in the shade? Oh my god. Holy fuck, where the hell were you? Were you in, like, Afghanistan or something? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Because here, it's been, like, almost 40. Middle of the desert, yeah. Because, like, in the desert, it's dry. Your sweat evaporates. Here, it's humid, so it's like you just feel sticky and gross all the time. It was still cold at night. Oh god, I wish it was cold at night. It gets so humid at night. It gets, like, 10 times more humid at night. I went to see fireworks the other night. And we were at the beach, and it's like, it's like sunset and we're chilling. And then all of a sudden, it just gets super humid. We're just, like, sitting there and chatting, and it's just like, boom. It just became, like, 10 times more humid. And we're like, what the fuck? Like, the temperature dropped but the humidity went up. We're not allowed to spend more than 10 minutes out of every hour moving in the sun. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that'll kill you. I'm gonna walk the roller coaster. Oh my god, is he fishing? Oh, he's so cute. Wait, look at him. He's fishing. That's so cute. Oh, he caught a little, is he gonna catch some piranhas? Look at how cute he is. Wait, can I get on his... Was an absolutely great time to run out of water? Oh my god. Oh no. Look at it. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. Beanie, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. My favorite food tuber. I'm so glad that that's what people are starting to associate with me with now. I think that's cool. Because it's like, you know, I guess I've always struggled to kind of like find something to differentiate myself from other people. So it's like hearing people see me and they're like, oh, it's the girl who talks about food. It's like, yeah, all right, okay, yeah. I'm glad people are enjoying the food news. I'm really glad people are enjoying it. I enjoy doing it. Whenever I see a cursed food item, I think of you. Wait a minute. Fuck. I saw something. I saw something the other day. I saw something super cursed. I need to find it and I need to share it with you guys. Let's see. Okay, I found it. Hold on, I'm gonna... Yes. Okay. Let me just make sure it's not showing anything. Okay. Okay, I think this is it. Brubbit! Oh my god, hi! Welcome in! Long time no see. You're employed now. Congratulations. Congratulations and good to see you. You came at the perfect time. You came at the perfect time. Because I have something to show you all that I saw the other day. Come with me to try the viral Tung Tung Sahur chocolate in Tampa.
If you know what Tung 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 Sahur is, you've probably been scrolling way too much. But now there's a chocolate version in Tampa. It's a Biscoff chocolate shell with Biscoff Dubai chocolate on the inside. And wait,
It's a Biscoff chocolate shell with Dubai chocolate on the inside. Sir Lord Bob, welcome in.
actually so good. Like, forget the fact that he's literally staring into your soul. It was crunchy, creamy, chocolatey. And before I knew it, I had eaten 2 of them in less than 5 minutes. Guilty? At that point, I started getting a little concerned because they say you are
Ew.
what you eat. And I was slowly turning into him. Honestly, meme aside, I'd get it again and you need to go. If you
Who here, Aloha Gator? You need to try the Tung 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 Sir Dubai chocolate. Come with me to try the Tung 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 Sahur Dubai chocolate in Tampa. This Tung 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 Sahur shaped chocolate is a Biscoff shell with Dubai chocolate on the inside. You are what you eat. What does she mean by this? Oh my god. Me making Tung Tung poop. So true. So true, mystified. So true. Sun Sahur. 15 fucking dollars for Dubai chocolate. All right, I just felt the need to share that with you guys. It was very important that I shared that with you all. I mean, technically, Tung 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 Sahur. Actually, Tung 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 Sahur isn't Italian brain rot. He's actually Malaysian. I bet you guys didn't know that. I bet you didn't know that Tung Tung Sahur is actually from Malaysia. Yeah, Tung 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 Sahur is actually Muslim. It's canon. It's in the lore. Ooh, I need a little tissue. Oh, I get the results from my allergy test tomorrow. So excited to find out what I'm allergic to. Yeah, bite-sized food news. What was I talking about before I got distracted by the Tung 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 Sahur chocolate in Tampa? I was talking about anime. Something. Running on empty slop review. Yeah, I'm coming for you, review, bruh. I'm coming for your crown. Or past anime. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe I'll try the Pokemon hamburgers today at McDonald's. Come with me to try the Pokemon 30th anniversary burgers at McDonald's. I used to watch a guy review Dollar Tree food. Did he review the Dollar Tree steaks? What was his opinion on the Dollar Tree steaks? Yeah, maybe I think I'll get the actually if I have time, I'll get the Charmander spicy chicken burger. The Magic Carp burger. Wolf Pit? Oh, I don't know that guy. I've been recently I've started watching the I think his name is Grant Harding. He's the pharmacist who reviews the gas station like boner pills. He's great. He's his videos are so interesting. He ended up having a stroke. Oh my god. Most of them are actually water. Huh, interesting. Okay. Okay, but I think I do remember what I did kind of want to say. Is that sometimes things that are worse are better. Sometimes things that are worse are better. You know? Especially when it comes to like media sometimes, specifically with animation, because it's like there are so many like genuinely good shows, like the original Gundam. There's so like the original Gundam is genuinely such like a good show in terms of like the writing and what it's like trying to say. Like, yeah, you know, there's definitely some filler and then there's things that go on for too long, but it's like, you know, it's like Tomino's most prominent work, and he does, like, it's a good show. You know, the animation is old, it's janky, a lot of stuff is off-model and it's memeable, but, like, it's still good. Like, the writing is still good, the characters are still good. And I think it's very unfortunate that now it's, like, so much of, like, anime nowadays gets reduced to like, oh, how good is the animation? Like, yeah, but like, how good is the animation? And it's like, it's like, I like animation, you know, I get it. I'm an animation fan as well, but it's like, you know, that's not the only thing that goes into like a show. Like, if you want to watch like animation porn per se, like you know, there's a lot of, like, stuff out there, a lot of stuff on YouTube, a lot of, like, OVAs, you know, that kind of stuff. That stuff I would say is more, like, in the animation porn kind of category. Like, people will always post those, like, GIFs from, like, you know, those, like, 80s OVAs, and they're like, oh, why can't they make like shows like this anymore? And it's like, it's like, dude, the thing that you took your gift from was from like an OVA from like 1989. Like it's from like an hour-long OVA. It's not a show. It was never a show. What are you talking about? You know? Or it's like this is a test reel. This is a demo reel. Like there's more that goes into that besides like, you know, it's like iPad baby brain mentality. Like, oh, not enough colors, not enough, you know, bright. It'll always come back to writing and direction. Exactly, exactly. You know, that's why I really fucking hate. That's why I really fucking hate the reboot series, the Evangelion reboot series so much. Is because for all the shit that I give Evangelion, the original series was actually doing something interesting, right? Regardless of how you feel about the ending and the end of Evangelion, there was actually something like interesting going on with it, right? In terms of like writing and direction. Ava fans have one joke, yeah. It was very character driven, exactly, exactly. And it's like the reboot series is just so like, it's so fucking Star Wars. Like, ooh, look at the bright colors, look at the cool fights, look at, it's literally just hype and aura farming. That's all it fucking is. It has zero substance to it whatsoever. It's literally just like, hey, remember your character? Remember your favorite character? Remember your favorite character? Oh, look, we're gonna put them in a new outfit. Oh, we're gonna give Asuka an eye patch. Oh, like we're gonna, you know, they stop being characters and they more just start being like dress-up dolls. If that makes sense. It's so like, it's very interesting to me because a lot of people point to how like within the original series, Anno was like trying to make a commentary on how like, you know, otaku and anime fans kind of reduce like, you know, the female characters or whatever to more or less just like puppets and just like, you know, these idealized, like, you know, like that kind of thing, right? But I honestly feel like the reboot kind of just erased any kind of meaningful critique that Anno was trying to make when he originally made Evangelion. You know? Like the Rebuild series to me was such like a retcon of that it was kind of like what are we even doing here? Yeah. He's just licensing out to everyone. Yeah, exactly. It got Star Warsified. It really did get Star Warsified. Yeah, I'd really love to put George Lucas and Hideaki Anno in like a room together with a translator, of course. Give him some beer and like, you know, see what happens. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in that room. I'd love to see the things that they would talk about. I actually interpreted Rebuild 2 and 3 differently. I saw 2 as a setup with everything people wanted to see in Eva, and then 3 was the punchline of all of it, going to shit and Anno laughing at you. Okay. Oh, yeah, the Shin Kamen Rider. I still haven't seen that one. And it's like, it's so frustrating because, like, Anno has the ability to make really good work. He has the ability to make really interesting things. He has that ability. He can do that. But sometimes, I don't know what it is, I feel like I feel like it's kind of like a similar thing to like what Lars von Trier has, where he just kind of like lets his depression like take the wheel, and then he does something like kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's like you have the ability to make some really cool stuff, but it's like, you know, if you were just maybe a little bit more like got a handle on your issues, like, I don't know, man, I don't know. Someone argued about Ava is sucking it up and become a Weiji. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I suppose that's what happens when you're a tortured creative genius or something. It's like sometimes you're just like, yeah, no, I don't really feel like working today, so I'm just gonna phone it in, right? Because it's like Shin Godzilla was really great. I still think that Shin Godzilla was like one of my favorite movies. Like, I adored Shin Godzilla. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Whee! Nice Splatoon map, I know, right? Is Powerwash Simulator just Splatoon, but for one person? Wait, no, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. Why has there never been... Oh, well, because Splatoon is a Nintendo franchise. I was gonna say, like, a Powerwash Splatoon collab would be really cool. Like, it's like after the battle, and you have to, like, clean up the map. I think that would be pretty cool. In Shin Kamen Rider, he's Shinji Ikari, but more pathetic. How could he be more pathetic than Shinji Ikari? How is that possible? Now I have to watch it, because it's like, what do you mean more pathetic? How is that possible? This guy is a shut-in loser. Oh, okay. Wait. Was he trying to do some kind of hikikomori wish fulfillment? Because when you say that, that's what it kind of makes me think. That's wild, if so. Okay, is my... Yep, it's ready. Oh, are these eggs? I forgot that alligators lay eggs. Wait, do they lay eggs? Yes, they do, because they're reptiles. I don't think I've ever seen an alligator egg before. I don't know that I have. I mean, they're probably not this big, but... I never really thought about what alligator eggs look like. There was a scene right towards the end where the other characters were telling him his own backstory. Alligator moms are very good moms. Oh, that's good to know. I don't know why there's castles here. Here we go. I mean, personally, my mom's alright. The more I think about it, the more rattled I get. Yeah, that's me when I think about Evangelion Rebuild. Like, I think about it and I'm like, oh, I'm angry now. Actually, that's me whenever I think about anything. Oh, I'm angry now. I need to go drink some orange juice so I won't be so angry. Why can't they, like, invent a pill that makes you stop being angry? Oh, good night, Tohu. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. Like, why can't they invent a pill that, like, makes you, like, stop being angry? Or, like, a mouth spray or something. Because I feel like that would be very useful. That's how we get we happy few. Because, like, you know how there's people with, like, but your anger is what keeps you young? Because you know those people who have, like, anger issues and stuff? Like actually genuine anger issues. Like, why can't they make pill that makes them, like, stop having cortisol spikes or whatever? Why can't they invent that? A pill that stops you from being angry would immediately be used on prisoners. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I suppose if there was a pill that stopped you from being angry, then, like, I suppose it could be used for evil. This is true. This is true. I guess you're right. But it's like, I don't want to be angry sometimes, you know? It's like I'm angry and I don't want to be angry. But I can't, like, stop being angry. How do I stop? Why can't I take pill that makes me stop being angry? Why can't my problems be solved so easily? Mindfulness training. Yeah, but like... Oh, that's why there's two castles. This is the castle bucket. If you let the anger flow through you, you can shoot force lightning. Yeah, I've tried. Unfortunately, for me, that doesn't seem to work. It just makes me feel like I'm gonna pass out. Believe me, I've tried. If only I could shoot force lightning. I think my life would be so much easier. You can charge your phone with force lightning. Actually, no, I feel like force lightning would probably, like, fuck up your phone. If we're being real here. Probably not a good idea to use force lightning on your phone. Oh, look at him, he's so cute. He's just chilling on his little log. Unlimited power. There's this, like, little girl in one of my classes. She is so smart. She is, like, unbelievably intelligent. She's like a fucking genius. But she has the worst ADHD I have ever seen in, like, anyone. Like, it's actually kind of insane how, like, bad her ADHD is. Like, getting her to do anything is like pulling teeth, right? Like, I'll be like, okay, this is what we're doing. Like, it's like, first of all, I have to get her to, like, listen to my explanation. And then it's like, she immediately, like, gets distracted and forgets. And I'm like, okay, like, do you know what we're doing? And she's like, no, I don't know what we're doing. And I'm like, okay, well, we're doing this. And she's like, oh, okay. And so she'll, like, start, you know, doing what we're supposed to be doing. And then, like, half a second later, she gets, like, distracted and she starts doing something else. And then I go back to her and I'll be like, and she's like, I don't know what we're doing. And I explain it to her again. She's like, oh, okay. And then she starts and then she just immediately gets distracted. But, like, but she's, like, so smart. She is so smart. Like, she somehow knows all of, like, the material. She literally knows everything, and I don't understand, because it's like, she doesn't pay attention in class. If she's not able to pay attention in class, she's probably not studying either. But she somehow knows, like, all of the vocab and all of, like, you know, the stuff that we're doing. And I'm like, how? How? You don't pay attention in class. You don't do the work, yet you already know, like, all of this stuff. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's like I can't help but feel jealous. Like, God, like I wish I was that fucking. I wish I had that fucking ability to just like. It's like she sees something and then she just immediately like remembers it. You're a teacher? Yes, I teach English. She's gonna be like that Japanese YouTuber Sushi Ramen who recently bought an entire school to do his science experiments in. Yeah. And it's very frustrating because it's like I have to basically like, you know, like most of the students, they keep their bags with them. I have to like take her bag away from her and like put it somewhere else. And then like, you know, if we're doing like, you know, the actual activity, you know, I take her stuff out of her bag. I give her her pencil, I give her her book and her eraser and nothing else because otherwise she's going to be fucking around with it. And it's like, I don't necessarily like agree with like, you know, medicating children, especially at her age, like, because, you know, when most kids get medicated for like ADHD at like, you know, that young of an age, like 5 or 6, it's never really for their own well-being. It's mostly to make them easier to deal with. Like, it's to make it so that the adults have less trouble dealing with them. It's not for their own good. It's for the adults in their life, right? It's never actually for them. And that in and of itself is ethically, like, I would say dubious at best, right? And especially, like, you know, at that age, it's like grades, like, at that point, like, you know, like, it's not necessarily that, like, it's ruining her life, so to speak. Like, she's very intelligent. She knows the material. Like, it's just, like, you know, because it's, like, for me and my ADHD, I can't focus at all. I can't remember anything, right? So for me, it's more of a problem. For her, it's, like, less of a problem, and it's more of, like, a behavioral thing, you know? But I'm not gonna lie, there's some days where I'm just like, just two milligrams of Concerta. Just 2 milligrams of Concerta. Just 2. Just the lowest dose. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm at like my wit's end. I'm just like, just a little bit. Just a little bit wouldn't hurt. Just a little. Right? Like it's wrong. I don't think it's right, but it's like, you know, just for today. Just for today, can she get just like, I don't know, maybe just like 2 milligrams, even half of that, just just a little bit, just you know, just because I'm at my wit's end, you know. I don't wanna have to like come down on her too harsh because it's like, you know, she's just a little girl, but it's like I'm losing my mind. She's so hard to deal with sometimes, you know. No no fishing, but the F is backwards. I love that. It's not even about like, you know, getting high. It's just like she's so hard to deal with sometimes. And it's like, you know, I don't agree with like, you know, medicating children, but it's like now I understand why, you know, why people do it. Right? Now I understand why people do it. Oh, they're so cute. Look at him. He's just having a good time on a log. And he's pushing. Why are you pushing him off the log? He's like, ah, oh no, help me. Don't push your friend off the log. That's not very nice. That's not nice. Oh my god. So 7-Eleven is having another Chikawa Kuji. And the day that it released, I didn't have time to like go to 7-Eleven like right after, like right when it started. And so it's like, cause I had to go to work. And so by the time I got to work, I think I went to the 7-Eleven maybe around like 1, and it was like all of everything, all of the prizes, like 90% of them were gone. And I was like, oh. And then I got out of work and I went back to like the 7-Eleven by my house, and it's like everything was gone. And I was like, oh. I did still get a couple things though. I got 2 little plastic cups, which was I think like the lowest prize, which was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I paid like 990 yen and I got these 2 shitty plastic cups. I think that's a little bit of a ripoff. The next one I got was like these 2 little like mini dishes. The circus has come to town. 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 Yay! DK! Hello, Big Mama Chunk. Welcome in. Hello, DK. Welcome in. Hello, Raiders. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. For those of you who are new here, my name is Alex Azarashi. I'm a Shogo VTuber. I live in Japan, and I love Chiikawa, and I'm talking about Chiikawa and how much I love Chiikawa. Best raid intro in the business. Thank you, thank you. How was your stream? Let me see what you were doing. Tales of Xillia Remastered. I'm going to assume that is a JRPG because that sounds like a JRPG name. I hope you had a good time playing. I hope you had a good time. Yeah. Oh, is that part of the Tales of series? I assume it is. Okay, so it is part of this Tales of series. Ah, okay, okay, okay. I don't think I ever played any of the Tales of series. I know my favorite, like, JRPG series, is the Mana series. Because I never really got too much into Final Fantasy, but I did really like, the Mana series. I think my first Mana game was maybe, it was a DS game. Children of Mana, I think that's what it was. Painwheel, thank you so much for your 28 months, thank you. That one I really liked. Legend of Mana. Did I play Legend of Mana? Maybe I did. I know it was like one of like the older like 2D ones. Because like it was the one that had the really good music. The one that's like that's not descriptive. Oh no, it wasn't Legends. It wasn't Legends. That's not the one I played. It was Secret of Mana. Secret of Mana. That's the one that I played that I really liked. I like that one too. Legend was a PS1 game. Okay, okay. But yeah, I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful stream. If you got a raid and run, I totally understand. Or you guys can hang out. Yeah. Secret is such a good game. Yeah. I don't remember if I actually finished it or not, because, like, I do remember the last time I replayed it, I rage quit because I was fighting a boss and I forgot to save right before, like, the boss battle, and I had to, like, I died and I had to redo the entire dungeon again, and I got so mad. I was just like, yeah, no, you know how it is. You know how it is with JRPGs. Secret of Mana was the second game in the series. The first was released on the OG Game Boy and called Final Fantasy Adventure. Really? So wait, is the Mana series a Final Fantasy spin-off? Because they're different IPs. I did not know that, no. Because they're both Square Enix, so I suppose that wouldn't be too surprising if it was true. Yeah, because I think what I did like about the Mana games that I played is that they weren't really turn-based. They just thought Final Fantasy would sell better. They just called it Final Fantasy here so it would sell more. Oh, so that was the name it released in the West. Oh, okay, so they did one of those. I see, I see. I see. Yeah, we're gonna use the foam. Whee! Whee! Yippee! Oh yeah, I saw something really cool the other night. So when I went to see the fireworks, I saw like shaped fireworks for the first time in my life. And I know that's not like super descriptive. Like, what the hell is a shaped firework? It was a firework, but when it went off, it was shaped like a smiley face. There was one that was shaped like a heart, too. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. Granted, most of the ones that they shot off were kind of like wonky, but like the ones that did end up being the shape they were supposed to be were pretty cool. It's like how Bethesda brought up the game Prey only to use its name for a completely different game. They also did it with the first 3 Saga games. They got released in the US as Final Fantasy Legend 1 to 3. That's so confusing. How Like a Dragon fits the series better than Yakuza. Kiryu isn't even a Yakuza for 99% of the whole series. Yeah, now that I think about it, that's true. After, like, the second game... What was it, like, after after the first or the... Was it after the first game or the second game? Kiryu's like, I'm not gonna be a Yakuza anymore. And then they're like, no, Kiryu, the Tojo clan needs you. And he's like, no, I'm not a member of the Tojo clan anymore. And he's like, we need you, Kiryu. And he's like, okay. Okay, you twisted my arm. Okay, I'll help you guys again. Yeah, he's not even technically a Yakuza in Zero. True. That's true, that's true. Yeah, he's just helping them. Yeah, so I suppose Like a Dragon does make more sense. He's literally the Tojo caretaker. He kind of is, yeah, that's a good way of describing him. The Tojo caretaker. He's like... He's not even like their hired help, because he's not even getting paid by them. You can't even call him that. He's like their babysitter. He's the Tojo clan babysitter. He's Majima's boyfriend. No. 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 My husband doesn't have a boyfriend. That's not true. Judge X Eyes was Judgment's original title. Oh, sorry. Judge Cross Eyes is probably how it was intended to be pronounced. Then for the sequel, they call it Lost Judgment for both versions. Yeah, he just has to rescue Daigo in every game like he's Princess Peach. My husband does not have a boyfriend. Truly a line of all time. My husband did not have relations with that man. Whee! I wonder, well, I mean, you know, I was gonna say, how do they clean like a paintball park? And then I realized they probably don't. Like, I've never done paintball, so I wouldn't know. But I would assume they don't clean the paintball park because, like, that's kind of the point. Like, there's supposed to be paint. Rain? Oh, okay. I know about paintball from that one King of the Hill episodes. Wait, there's something I was gonna check. Let me actually check something on my Twitch real fast. Did I turn off? Okay. Oh no, those are on. Okay, okay. Okay. I just assumed it was called Judgment because of the karaoke track. Whee! Oh, have you guys seen the video of the orcas exploding a sunfish? I'm very conflicted on how to feel about that. Because, like, I like sunfish because, like, they're cute and they're really stupid. They're really fucking stupid. And but they're kind of cute. But they're also kind of fucking useless and idiots. So seeing one of them explode is really funny, but also that's kind of actually really fucked up. That's actually really fucked up that they did that. It was like one of the orcas was holding the sunfish in place. And then the other orca, like, swam into it so fast that it exploded, and then they ate it. Like, it's kind of funny, but it's also kind of like, oh, that's kind of fucked up, actually. Explodes your sunfish. Literally explodes your sunfish. Like, you know, sunfish are kind of like useless creatures, I suppose. They don't really exist aside from, like, maybe eating plankton and being food for, like, other animals like orcas and, like, seals or whatever. But, like, you know, I don't think they deserve to be exploded. But it was kind of funny. Like, it's like, oh, it's fucked up, but it's also kind of funny. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about it. Beast mode, I'm afraid. Like, oh, you didn't have to do that. Orcas also figured out that if they swim hard enough in the same direction, they can tip ice floes and get to critters hiding on them. Oh, really? I didn't know that. It's like people always say, like, you know, orcas don't go after humans because they're smart enough to know that if an orca killed a human, then the humans would go after the orca. But honestly, I feel like if the orca was bored enough, they would probably fuck up some humans. I feel like if an orca was bored enough, it would probably be like, yeah, let's tear this guy limb from limb. That'd be kind of funny if we teared this guy limb from limb. Humans aren't enough food for an orca to bother with. Probably that too, yeah. Seals see a human and either see friend or food dispenser. Explode human. Explodes your human. Did anyone ever read Gantz? That manga, Gantz, where they wear the suits and they have to fight the aliens? I'm not gonna lie. I thought, like, when like the twist got revealed and, like, the aliens started invading Earth, I thought it got really stupid. I stopped reading after that point because I was like, this is kind of fucking stupid. I don't know. It was like when they were, like, fighting the aliens and stuff, it was cool. And then it just, like, I don't know, I thought it got kind of stupid. I read the whole thing and it was stupid. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it really just felt like they ran out of ideas. Like, okay, well, I don't really know what to do here, so we're just gonna... Really entertaining, stupid, and really well drawn. Oh yeah, for sure. Very, very well drawn. Oh, speaking of things being well drawn, Or not, I suppose, depending on what you feel. So the artist and creator behind Oyasumi Punpun has decided to stop, go on hiatus, because he's mad that his publisher won't allow him to use AI to make backgrounds for his manga. Which I thought was kind of fucking funny. Because like the backgrounds, you know, I read all of Punpun, and it was like the backgrounds were all very well drawn. I'm on his side a bit. Yeah, I kind of do have to like, because here's the thing. It's very clear that his backgrounds, or I don't know if it's a man or woman, their backgrounds, like, they're all basically traced from pictures, and like pictures are like 3D models. Like a lot of mangakas, they basically will they'll use either real photos, or they'll create like a model in like Blender or, you know, some other 3D modeling program. Even I've heard of some of them even using like The Sims or whatever to create like backgrounds, and then they just like trace them, which is like, you know, I can't even be mad about that, because it's like backgrounds are hard and not everyone enjoys doing them. But yeah, the creator's argument was more of like the industry is very brutal to artists, and it really like pushes them to their breaking point. If you've heard about the recent news with the creator of Cells at Work, and how she was basically like abused by her publisher for, you know, years. That's just like an example of the kind of shit that, you know, they have to go through. And the creator of Punpun's argument is like, okay, well, you know, you're forcing everyone to work on such tight deadlines that it's like you're literally killing us by forcing us to draw so much and make these deadlines. And if you're not going to allow us to use tools to speed up our process, then it's entirely like, you know, that's kind of bullshit. Which, you know, I'm not gonna lie, that's a reasonable argument, I would say. Especially with like the backgrounds that he draws are, you know, even if they're traced, there's still a lot of detail. There's still a lot of detail in those backgrounds. Right? Yeah, and the editors too. Yeah. 'Cause like, you know, like look at what happened with I mean, the creator of Berserk, like he was kind of already just more or less doing his own thing. Like I feel like the creator of Berserk, he was kind of able to more or less get away with releasing things on his own schedule, because he had such like, he had the prestige, so to speak. But even still, like he still died because he was putting so much like, I don't necessarily know if he died because of his overwork, but from what I understand, his, like, he worked himself a little bit too hard, whether that was because of his own desire or whether it was because it was forced upon him, I don't really know. By own thing, do you mean Idolmaster? Wait, what was I talking about? I'm sorry, I don't remember what you're responding to. He played a lot of Oh, that's right. He did play a lot of Idolmaster. I forgot about that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, the solution, like the actual solution, is industry reform. Like that is the real solution at the end of the day. But it's extremely unlikely with the way things are that that's going to happen anytime soon, you know? And I do feel like that there is a large difference between like completely creating your entire manga or whatever through the use of Gen AI versus like using it as a tool to speed up your creative process. I think that's like, you know, those are two completely different things. Yeah, Tezuka was like, he was like, yeah. The thing is that to be as successful as an artist, I feel like within, I'm not sure whether I want to say in general or within like the Japanese industry, because I've never been part of any sort of art industry, so I don't really have any room to speak on. But from what I've observed, it really does feel like in order to be successful as like a creator in this kind of industry, you have to have like drawing has to be a compulsion. Yeah, exactly. Like with you, Doc. Like I can tell it's like a compulsion. And like I do have some experience with this because I did, I used to be a creative person. I used to draw every day before art school basically destroyed my ability to be creative. So I know, like, it has to be a compulsion, right? It's not something you do, like, because you want to, sort of, so to speak. It's like, I have to. Like, I have to. I need to. It has to be a compulsion, I feel like. And, for a lot of creators, like, within the manga industry, like, you do have to have the compulsion to create, but I feel like so many editors and publishers take advantage of people with that compulsion, right? They take advantage of people with that creative compulsion, and they just push and push and push and push until they just completely burn out and there's nothing left. That's kind of how I feel like it's kind of similar like what happened to me, because it's like for the first time in my life I wasn't creating out of like compulsion, so to speak. I was creating because I had to get approval, because I had to meet a deadline, because I needed to. And like having to do that was just having to create in that way was so like, it didn't feel good. It was so extremely like draining that it just completely ruined my ability to be creative at all. Yeah. It's and I'm not the first one this has happened to. Like you said, like art school destroyed your ability to create. I've heard that one before. Like it's it's very sad. Like I realized a bit too late that the purpose of going to art school is really only worth it if you are going with the intention of basically making connections and schmoozing. That's if you're not willing to like make connections or to schmooze and kiss ass, you're not going to really get anywhere within like the creative industry that you are trying to go into. Unfortunately, there's always exceptions to this. There's always people who, are talented enough on their own that they're able to like make it despite, all that, but it's extremely rare. It's extremely rare, Like, if you're a fine artist and your goal is to get your work into galleries, you better start kissing ass. You better start sucking. Because that's the only way it's gonna happen. Right? You know? And it's the same with design as well. You know, I learned that the hard way. Where it's like, if you want to get somewhere as a designer, you can't really be making the stuff that you want to make. It's in your best interest to make the things that other people want to see. Like your teachers, for example. You know, if you're able to learn what your professors' tastes are and do your work to kind of gain their approval, then, you're going to have a lot of opportunities awarded to you. If you don't, you just kind of do your own thing. It doesn't matter how good your work is or how technically competent you are. You're not going to get anywhere. You know? Art school is kind of bullshit in that way. I would say, there are definitely some pros to it. For example, there's definitely some technical skills that you can really only learn at a creative institution, as well as receiving like critiques, constructive critiques, I suppose. Although even then, sometimes I would argue that's not always the case, because sometimes your professors will just nitpick your stuff for the sake of nitpicking it, rather than like give you any actually kind of helpful critique. It's just kind of like, I don't like this. It's like, okay, you just don't like it because it's not like what you personally like. Like even your professors can sometimes, a lot of the time, not be super objective. One of my idols, Shotaro Ishinomori, holds the record for the most comics published by one author, and he died because of his constant drive. Yeah. Art school made me appreciate art history, strangely enough. Yeah. I kind of feel the same way. I do really like going to museums and stuff. I still do enjoy that. It's funny because when I was a kid, I didn't really enjoy going to museums all that much when I was a kid. My parents would take me a lot, and I was like, oh, this is boring. Can we like go to the park and get ice cream? But now as an adult, I do quite enjoy a good museum. If you create something with the intention for the other to enjoy, that is something you have to get used to. Sacrifice your own creativity for appeal to others. Yeah. And that was something... Can you shut up? How do I turn this off? I'm trying to talk. That I was not really prepared for. When I started. And, it probably would have saved me a lot of time and a lot of headache if I had just, figured that out earlier. But, it is what it is, and I'm here now. So I'm where I want to be now. So that's all that matters, is that I made it. I made it to exactly where I want to be. I'm exactly where I want to be now. Have you ever heard of Harlan Ellison? This professor said his work was shit after he started actually getting published. He sent a copy of every book he got published to that professor's house, along with a pile of bricks. Honestly, that's awesome. That level of spite is so inspiring. That level of spite is so beautiful. I love that. I love that for him. I love that for him. That's great. That's wonderful. That's really beautiful. He wrote, I have no mouth and I must scream. Oh, yeah, that checks out. Yeah, that checks out. The guy who wrote, I have no mouth and I must scream, sending all of his books in bricks to his professor who hated him. That checks out. That makes sense. He was a professional hater before the internet. That's awesome. Was unashamed of speaking out his opinions. Yeah. Yeah, spite can really be a beautiful beautiful things sometimes. Like, I always like to think that I'm motivated by hatred and spite. There was a museum in the town I went to college that had the best quarterly event, Pies and Pints. Okay, I just want to say that, like, I first read that as Piss in Pints. And I was like, oh god. But okay, it's Pies and Pints. That's good. They would pair with a local pie company and one of the local breweries and do tastings in the museum. Okay, woo! That's a lot better than what I was thinking. That's a lot better than what I was thinking. Oh, okay. Pies and Pints. Yeah, that sounds awesome. He doesn't get enough credit, but the idea for the Terminator basically came from him. Oh, interesting. As long as it isn't trying to own the trolls. Yeah, fair, fair. What's bro thinking about? I was like, piss and pints? Like, oh god, do they like have like a pissing contest to like fill up a pint glass or something? That's kind of gross. That's really nasty, actually. Why would you do that? Always remember to quit your teaching job when you renew your visa. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, there's something else. Oh yeah, that's right. Did you guys hear there's gonna be a Neuromancer show on Apple TV Plus? How are we feeling about this? I'll be honest with you. I've read Neuromancer, I think maybe twice, maybe 2.5 times. And I did not understand a single word of what anyone was saying. Like, I read it twice, and I was like, I don't understand what anyone is saying. It's like... it's like fucking Tyra Banks Model Land. Like, they have their own fucking language that you need to have a separate, like a dictionary for as you read. I was like, oh god, what the fuck are they talking about again? Oh my god. Guess how I learned about this news. How did you learn about this news? I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Oh, and then that's right, someone mentioned the Blade Runner TV show earlier. I'm also a bit conflicted on that as well. A certain game director. Oh, Hideous Kojumbo. I didn't mean to call him that. He's not hideous. I'm just making a joke about his name. I realized recently that I don't really like Cyberpunk all that much. No, don't tell him! Like, I really liked Standalone Complex, and I really liked the original Blade Runner. But outside of that, pretty much every other Cyberpunk media that I've seen, which to be fair, there's not really a lot, I haven't particularly, like, enjoyed that much. Like, I really don't like CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk, personally. Like both in terms of, like, the anime and the games, I really just did not vibe with, like, I guess, like, the themes in their interpretation of the source material, so to speak. Because, like, you know, if we're being real here, Neuromancer is the blueprint, right? That's the source material to which I would say pretty much every piece of cyberpunk media has been adapted from. But, yeah, I just really didn't vibe with their interpretation of it. Because I feel like, you know, especially with, because I know Ridley Scott is an executive producer on the new Blade Runner show, but I don't know. maybe I don't really like it as much because it's like I do feel like with the cyberpunk with both Blade Runner and both with Standalone Complex, I do feel like they both kind of have a sort of more hopeful outlook of the world. Like, it doesn't really feel so doom and gloom all the time. Like, there is kind of a hint of a bit more of a hopeful and slightly positive outlook. Like, yeah, you know, this is the world and it sucks, but, you know, there's still hope in the world. Whereas with, like, CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk, it's like, everything sucks. It's miserable. It's terrible. Everyone hates each other. Everyone's trying to kill each other. There's no hope. Everything sucks. And it's like, I don't really like that. That's kind of like, not really, I don't know. It kind of makes me feel a little like, I don't know. It just doesn't really vibe with me so much. Ulu, hello, welcome in. Yeah, cyberpunk is supposed to have some hope. That's the punk. Exactly. Yeah, and it's kind of like without that, it just sort of feels like, oh, this is just misery porn. This is just like misery. This is misery slop. I've created a new term, misery slop. That's what CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk is. It's misery slop. Oh my god, I finally figured out a way to articulate how I feel about it. It's misery slop. It's misery slop. Oh, yes, that's the word, misery slop. Taking my daily dose of misery slop, watching an Alex Azarashi stream. Shut the fuck up. How dare you call my streams misery slop? Yeah, it's miserable for you because you're jealous of how fucking cool I am. You're jealous of how fucking cool and awesome I am. That's why it's misery slop for you, because you're fucking jealous of how awesome I am. You wish you were a fucking alpha Chad like me. You wish you were a fucking alpha Chad. But you're just a beta chud. Alex streams make me happy because it reminds me there's someone who's just as miserable and angry as me. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Damn, I try not to let it show. I really do try not to let it show, but I guess, I guess it just does slip out sometimes, Teehee Pero. Teehee Pero. I guess it just slips out. Wait, hold on. I need to do something. Hold on. I'm leaving this here. I'm leaving this here. I want everyone who comes into my stream and clicks on my stream to see that as the first pinned message. Yeah, maybe this is my... It's Alex Core. Boiled Beef! Welcome in! This is my legacy. You must be this tall to ride Sheila Later's alligator. Get it? Sheila Later? Sheila Later? Ha ha ha, get it? You know what's one thing that's really cool about, like, being in Japan, and I feel like East Asia in general, is that you have a lot more opportunities to meet Australians. Because I feel like you don't really meet a lot of Australians in America. And it's like, one of my coworkers is Australian. I met an Australian lady the other day. And it's like, ooh, you're from Australia. Tell me about Australia. Can you say words? Can you say words? Me going up to an Australian, hey, can you say words? Can you say words? Or are you one of those Steve Irwin people? Alex Kangareeaboo Azarashi. A kangareeaboo. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. I love that. Can you say words? I'm sorry. It's probably funnier to me than it is to you guys. I shouldn't be laughing at my own jokes. Me going up to an Australian, hey, can you say words? That's not funny. That's not funny. Why am I laughing so hard? Oh. I pronounce no as no because of my Aussie friend. I like your funny words, kangaroo person. Yeah, Australians are pretty unfiltered. I like that about them too. They just say fucking whatever. Whee! Oh, there's some more Gurple over here. Urple Gurp. Urple Gurp. We gotta get rid of the Urple Gurp. Whee! Oh yeah, I started playing Hololive Dreams. Alex cleans like how an ant searches for food. What does that mean? What do you mean by this? What do you mean how an ant searches for food? What do you mean by this? I started playing the new Hololive rhythm game. Take it the most offensive way possible. Okay. It makes my phone really fucking hot. It makes my phone so fucking hot. Oh my god. And I have it on like the lowest settings. And to be fair, my phone is old. I need to get a new phone. But like the actual gameplay itself in terms of like the rhythm game is okay. But like the 3D world and walking around in it makes my phone go hot. It's a mobile game. I think it's also available on Steam right now as well. Should be available on Steam. But I was having some difficulty because it does have cross-platform compatibility. So it's like you can play it, like save your data like on your Steam and your phone or whatever the fuck. And so I wanted to see if I could get it on my iPad as well. Cause like, you know, for that kind of rhythm game, it's a little bit sometimes easier to play it on like a tablet, like for higher levels and stuff. So I was trying to get it on my iPad and I was trying to like, you know, get my data shared. And it was saying like, oh, your account, we can't sync your account because your account is in the wrong region. And I was like, that's weird because when I set up my account on my phone, it said like my region was set to Japan. And when I was trying to set it up on my iPad, I set the region to Japan. And then I tried changing it to the US to see if it made a difference, and it wouldn't let me, so I don't know what's going on with that. And there doesn't seem to be a way for me to check what region my account is based in. So it's like, unless I fucked up my region settings when I first made like the account, I have no idea why it's not working, which is annoying. So I'm a little disappointed about that. The way Alex cleans does infuriate me a little because of how aggressively unsystematic it is. Okay, listen. Listen. Let me explain to you my process. Let me explain to you my process. I am getting a general clean, okay? I am not aiming for 100% clean in a specific area. My goal is to get as much gunk off as possible in the shortest amount of time. Then, after, I go in for a second deep clean. Like, see, like this, I'm just trying to get as most of this off as I can. I move on to the next thing, and I'm gonna come back here. Afterwards. Come back here afterwards to clean it up. I'm just trying to get the heavy stuff off right now. Ants go. Okay, whatever. Whatever. What freaking ever, dude. Whee! Pixar's ants. I thought it was DreamWorks. What if Pixar had made Ants with a Z and DreamWorks made A Bug's Life? DreamWorks A Bug's Life. Ants' designs were unsettling. Honestly, I really liked Ants when I was a kid. I don't know why. Like, looking back at it now, that movie looked weird as fuck. But, like, for some reason when I was a kid, I really liked that movie. I think it's maybe because, like, ants, like... I very vividly remember the scene where it's like they're on like a picnic blanket or something, and there's all this like giant food. And like something about like seeing like the giant food as a kid like enamored me. I was like, oh my god, there's like a big apple. Whoa, they're like on a big apple. That's so cool. Because I feel like Bug's Life didn't really have as much giant food and had more just like nature and leaves. Bug's Life did have a great game. I played the Bug's Life game before watching the movie, so I assumed it was an adaptation of the game. I don't think I ever played the Bug's Life game. I didn't even know there was a Bug's Life game. What was it for, like, Game Boy Advance or like PlayStation, Dreamcast? I don't know. PlayStation, I think? It was a collect-a-thon game. Oh, okay. Whee! That's clean. Yeah, remember when they would make, like, movie tie-in games? I mean, I guess they still do to some extent. But it's, like, mostly just... Well... I feel like movie tie-in games were usually always shovelware. But there was some pretty good stuff in there, too. Like, most of it's shovelware, but, like, some of it is good shovelware. There we go, that's clean. Okay. I do like how they got rid of the different types of soap. That was just kind of like more complicated than it needed to be. Best smelling chatter. Thank you so much for the follow, and thank you for being the best smelling chatter. Thank you. Are you here to help me clean this ride and make it smell good? Ain't no one using but the all-purpose cleaner anyway. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Oh god, I'm not looking forward to my electricity bill next month. Not looking forward to seeing that. Wait, actually, didn't I already get it? Well, that was for last month. Yeah, that was electricity, wasn't it? AC abuse? It's not even abuse. I have no choice. I have to keep the AC running every time I'm home. Because it's like, my apartment is so poorly insulated. Like yesterday I turned off the AC and I was like standing in my room while I was waiting for like, you know, to go out. And like within less than 5 minutes, the temperature in my room like just jumped so fast. It just immediately went up as soon as I turned off the AC. Like it's really bad. I think like, I don't want to get blackout curtains, but I think I might have to, because those seem to be the only thing that actually is going to like keep the heat, like, you know, insulate my room better, I think. I just collect perfume, so not much a clean freak. Oh, okay, I see, I see. Like, I was like, I don't want, like, blackout curtains, but it's like, I just, like, if it's the only way to, like, if it's the best way to insulate my apartment, because it's like, my room has too many fucking windows. There's no reason for there to be as many windows as there are in my room. Especially since, like, one of the windows, like, doesn't even look out on anything. It's just, like, it looks out on a wall, like the neighbor's house, a wall. And it's like, what is the purpose of this? You know, just a complete fucking waste. Oh, I have to get up there. How do I get up there? Oh wait, there's a ladder. Where's my ladder? My room window faces the sun. Oh. Ladder. Whee! I get up here? Those reptiles on my ride aren't gators, they're crocs. You can tell by the teeth. Oh boy, I hope no one notices. Yeah, imagine like opening like an alligator themed like ride and then realize that the alligators that you have are not alligators. They are in fact crocodiles. That's really funny. Gator's evil twin, Crocs. A Spectrum Spartan is gonna have a melty when they see those train cars. I remember I saw some article about how there's like some kind of new train or something, or maybe it's like an old train. And like all of like the train autists are like trying to track it so that they can see it in person. And like I saw like a video of like this group of people that were gathered to like watch the train. And it was all boomers. It was all boomers. We didn't have autism back in our day. Buddy, you are literally sitting out in the hot sun to watch a train. You took the day off of work. You took the day off of work to watch a train. You cried tears of joy when the train came down the tracks. What do you mean they didn't have autism in your day? You are the autist. They didn't have autism because you are the autist. What the fuck is wrong with my neck? Why? Huh? Oh, why is my neck twisted? Hold on, I gotta fix my neck. Okay, there we go. There we go, I fixed my neck. There we go. You have scoliosis. I curse you with scoliosis. Oh, we didn't have autism in my day. Okay, so you just have like a $10,000 model train collection for no reason then? Yeah, the part in Zeta where Camille calls himself autistic. I want to know if he really said that in Japanese or if the subbers were memeing. You know, I looked into it and I'm pretty sure he did actually... Let me... So I'm pretty sure he did, like, I looked into it and he did kind of say that, but like the translation kind of seems to like vary because like, hold on. Because it seems like sometimes it's translated to sensitive, and sometimes, like, it's translated to autism. It's kind of like, it's like a subjective thing, I think. I think, like, if you were gonna go with a literal translation, I think he more or less, like, it would be sensitive. But, like, were you watching the new translation, or were you watching, like, the, I guess it would depends on when they did the subs. Because I don't know, because I know exactly what you're talking about, because I watched the same one. But I don't know when exactly the subs were made. So that I'm, like, not totally unclear about, you know? Because, like, you know, at the end of the day, new types are arguably an allegory for autism. Has Tomino ever, like, explicitly said that? I don't remember if that's something he explicitly said. I do remember him saying something about how it's more or less an allegory for, like, a new type of human, but I don't remember if he said autism specifically. I don't remember. Zeta Gundam was mid-80s. I think so, yeah. It was early to mid-80s, I believe. They're aware of it, but they didn't know the correct term. Yeah. The new Predator movie where they imply autism is the next step in human evolution. What? I mostly just looked at why he wrote Victory Gundam, how he did, because that shit was crazy. I didn't watch Victory Gundam. Victory Gundam isn't UC, is it? Is Victory Gundam UC? I don't know. If it's Tomino, then I assume it would be, but it is UC. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. That's okay. I thought as much. The autistic kid figured out how to use the predator tech on his own and blew up the bully's house. Alright. I mean, I guess that's like someone's wish fulfillment, I suppose. Right? There's also a predator and a bigger predator? Oh my god. Whee! Okay, it's time for the soap. And the predator wanted to kidnap the kid because he's the most advanced human? Oh my god. Long story shit movie. Victory has the most deaths of all the UC Gundams? Really? That's crazy. Yeah, because usually there aren't like established characters dying is not something that happens like super often. It's more or less something used for like, you know, motivation, I suppose. But that many characters dying that it becomes comical. Okay. Whee! Zeta did better, because it's like half the cast you got to know and they just die. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I need to fucking... I need to check if the, if the new Hathaway movie has come to streaming yet. I don't know that it has. Probably soon, I think, because I didn't really get to see it, so... And I think I might have to make, like... I might have to make a new Netflix account, because Netflix is doing that stupid thing where it's like, oh, we've detected you're not part of your Netflix household. And so I had to, like, ask my dad, like, hey, can you give me the code that Netflix sends you so I can watch the Netflix again? And I had the Netflix send the code, like, 3 fucking times to his email, and he's like, yeah, no, the code isn't there, I don't have any emails from Netflix. And it's like, okay, cool. I'll just fucking die then. Like, okay. Pink Jackie, hello, welcome in, welcome. The iconic Netflix household, not to be confused with Terrace House. Yeah, exactly. Whee! Oh, it's nice that there's like a little place to chill out up here. I remember I was talking to one of my coworkers about how I want to go swimming at the beach. And I was asking, like, oh, you know, do they have like a beach house at the beach? Like, you know, a place where people can like change and stuff. And she's like, oh yeah, not anymore. Like, they haven't been putting up like the beach house in recent years. Because apparently people don't want to swim at the beach anymore. They want to swim in the pool. And I'm like, you want it? Why would you swim at the pool? Why would you rather swim at the pool? Like, it's the fucking beach. You'd rather go to the pool than the beach? The pool that people, like, piss and shit and have diarrhea in? Like, the crowded fucking pool? You can't use the floaty in the pool. They don't let people bring floaties to the pool because the pool, like, is too fucking small. If everyone brought a floaty to the pool, then, like, why not go to a steakhouse and get the salad? Indoor beaches? What is an indoor beach? That sounds like something they have in... Is that like something they have in, like, Saudi Arabia? That sounds like a fucking Dubai thing. Drive to the beach to swim in a pool? I fucking love the beach. I love swimming in the ocean, especially when it's like fucking 40 degrees outside. It's great. Plus, I do need to get a little color on my legs. My legs are pale, and not in a cute way, in like the gross transparent way. And I kind of want to get a little color on them so I don't feel so embarrassed. I like to... yeah, exactly! You can't build a sandcastle at the pool. You can't build a sandcastle at the pool. There's no sand at the fucking pool. Dubai indoor beach where Instagram models shit on you while you buried under sand? Wait, I'm confused. I thought the Instagram models were the ones getting shitted on. Is it the other way around? I mean, actually, you know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't actually want to know. I don't care and I don't want to know. Please don't tell me. It might be both. Oh, God. Yeah, you probably get paid more. Yeah, they probably pay you more to let them shit on you. For all the talk about banning the gays, it turns out they were gay the entire time. Yeah, it's like it completely looped back around. It's like, oh, like what do you mean? Like you're looping it back around. It's like when the guys that are talking about how they don't like gay people start talking, like, joking, and I say joking in, like, air quotes, about sucking each other's dick. It's like, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Are you really sure about that? Because it's like, with how frequently you joke about this, it doesn't really sound like it's a joke. Any update on the yaoi guys? They're still acting gay. They're still acting gay. I overheard my boss saying something gay after he had a few beers again, so, you know, nothing really new on that front. At this point, I'm, like, kind of actually convinced that he's going through, like, some kind of midlife crisis and starting to question his sexuality. Because that's really the only thing that could possibly explain what's been going on with him. Like, that's literally the only thing I can explain. And it's like I'm always consulting other people, like, unrelated. I'm like, hey, so it's like, if a guy, like, is, like, doing this a lot, if like, at what point does, like, joking about being gay stop being a joke? Like, is it normal for men to do and talk about these things? And it's like, everyone I talk to is like, yeah, no, that's kind of not normal. That's kind of weird, actually. Oh. Okay. I think I'm going to have to end it. I have to go to work later. I have to do my chud job. So I think I am going to call it here for today. If I can remember how to save. How do I save in this game? Oh, manual. Oh. Wait, I just saw it. How do I do that? Oh, escape? Quit. There we go. For clarification, Alex and I are working on something, so when it comes out... Oh, yeah. So big things coming. Big things coming. As all of the the VTubers like to say. Big things coming. Let me see what's going on. If there's anyone I could send you guys to. Is Roro live? She's been streaming every day. She's not. Wow, it's like, there's like, oh, because everyone's at Off-Kai. That's why no one's streaming, because everyone's at Off-Kai. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. The Doomsday panel was at Off-Kai.
I believe you can get their asses. I believe in you.
Let's see.
I believe.
Yeah, it's like everyone's off. All right, I think I'm just gonna call it here for today. Let me switch over to the ending screen. Ryan Reynolds appeared as his Deadpool VTuber persona. I'm sure he did. You know what? That wouldn't even fucking surprise me. That would not fucking surprise me if they tried to do something like that. Let's see. I'll try to stream again later this week. Maybe on Wednesday or Thursday. I do want to stream again. I'm gonna try to push through the morning exhaustion to, you know, to stream again. Because it's like, once I'm up, I feel better. It's just like that initial, like, waking up where I'm just like, oh my god, I need to sleep for 2 more hours. Even though I guess I don't really, because I feel better once I actually get up and start doing things. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're from. And hopefully, I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!